times, people used geometry as an abstract model of the world in which they lived until the Greek mathematician Euclid of Alexandria collected the existing works on geometry and introduced his treatise called the Elements, which is divided as 13 books. These books help us to understand geometry in a better way. Let's check out a small part of his books. Before that, let's first discuss what geometry is. Geometry is a branch of mathematics that studies the sizes, shapes, positions, angles and dimensions of things. It deals with the measurements of points, lines, angles, planes and solids. An abstract study of geometry about solid in space is that a solid has shape, size, position and can be moved from one place to another. Its boundaries are called surfaces. They separate one part of the space from another and are said to have no thickness. The boundaries of the surfaces are curves or straight lines. These lines end in points. There are 3 steps from solids to points. In each step, we lose one extension, also called a dimension. So, a solid has 3 dimensions, say length, breadth and height. A surface has 2 dimensions, length and breadth. A line has 1 dimension, that is length, and a point has no dimensions. Euclid's books mainly consist of definitions, axioms and postulates. He began his exposition by listing 23 definitions in book 1 of the Elements. Let's see a few of them. A point is that which has no part. A line is breadthless length. The ends of a line are points. A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. A surface is that which has length and breadth only. The edges of a surface are lines. A plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with straight lines on itself. In these definitions, certain terms like part, breadth, length, evenly, etc. need to be further explained. For example, consider the first definition of a point. A part needs to be defined. Suppose you define a part to be that which occupies area, then an area needs to be defined. So, to define one thing, you need to define many other things, resulting in a long chain of definitions. So, for such reasons, mathematicians agreed to leave some geometric terms undefined. However, by an intuitive feeling for the geometric concept, we can consider a point as a dot even though a dot has some dimension. Now, using our intuitive feeling to the concept of geometry, let's define these terms. If these terms had a definition, then are there other terms that need to be defined? Let's check it out. Let's first see parallel lines. They can be defined as the 2 or more distinct lines which never intersect one another. To define parallel lines, we need to know about point and line. A point has no dimension, it has only a position, and a line is breadthless length. Next is perpendicular lines, which can be defined as 2 lines are perpendicular if they intersect each other at 90 degrees. The other terms are point, line and angle, where an angle is the union of 2 non-linear rays with common initial point. Let's see what a line segment is. It is a straight line drawn from any point to any other point. Other terms that we need to define are point and line. Next is radius of a circle. It is the distance between the center of a circle to any point lying on the circle. Other terms are point and circle, where a circle is the set of all points in a plane whose distance from a fixed point remains constant. Now, let's see what a square is. A square is a quadrilateral having all sides of equal length and all angles of same measure, that is 90 degree. Other terms are point, line, side, angle and quadrilateral, where a side is the line segment that joins two vertices in a shape or a two-dimensional figure, and a quadrilateral is a closed figure made of four line segments. So we can conclude that Euclid's definitions consist of certain undefined terms that is understandable by intuitive feeling to the concept of geometry.